What's going on, guys? I was tagged by AZNFUNK Comics to make this video. Now, if you haven't heard of AZNFUNK Comics, he has an absolutely amazing channel. You really need to check it out if you're not already subbed to him. He makes amazing comic book content. He has very well edited videos. He's got a great sense of humor. He's a really cool dude. Yeah, I hate getting tagged in things, I really do, because I've watched a bunch of people's YouTubers videos on this challenge, and at the end they always like to tag people, and I'm always like, please don't tag me, please don't tag me. Not that I don't, you know, appreciate the thought, but I really don't have time. But I like this dude, he makes cool videos, I'm a fan of his channel, so I'm doing it for you, mate. But here's the thing, you didn't leave the questions in your description, so you made it hard. So what I've done is I've actually gone to Matilda Gothica's channel, because I remember watching her video, and I also remember she left the questions in the description. So I've gone to her video, but I'm reading the questions from her descriptions. So thank you, Matilda, for hooking a brother up. So let's do this. Are you a comic nerd challenge? Have you ever nitpicked a book over condition? Absolutely. Like, there's certain books I won't care, but if I'm buying a book, especially if it's covered by, it's got to be a good nick. Have you ever sniped someone off eBay? I've sniped someone off eBay, but I don't think I've done it for a comic book. I remember setting my alarm one time and waking up at 3:30 in the morning to snipe someone on a vinyl record. Oh, have I? I know I've won, a lot of my eBay auctions I've won, I actually put the bid on when I go to bed. I put my maximum bid, thinking I'm not going to get it, or hoping that I don't get it sometimes. I wake up in the morning, I've won a comic. Like, I recently won a comic and I was like, oh, I cannot afford that. I'm still waiting for that, so you'll see what that is hopefully in a coming video. Anyway, I'm going to say no for that because I've never sniped someone for a comic book. Have you ever paid over $100 for a book, went over your budget? That's a yes. Absolutely. Many a time. Have you ever complained about spec or flipping? Yes. I complained a lot about people just being jumping on board with the whole Batman 89 thing, mainly because people who are really into comic books missed out, and then you got people buying it just to flip it. I understand people need to make money, good on you, you know, get your hustle on, whatever. So, you know, if you're a comic book fan and you bought 2 copies planning on selling one and keeping one, you know what, best to you. But if you are just like, I don't know, someone who literally does flipping for a living, no, I'm not down with that. So I'm gonna say yes for that. Have you ever received a comic as a gift? That's a yes. I got given some just yesterday from Mark at Big City Comics, got some Nightwing. As an adult, have you ever decorated your home in comic paraphernalia? Yes. Have you ever skipped work to read or buy a comic? No, I definitely have not done that. Have you ever paid to go to a con? Yes. But moving forward, hopefully I'll get that media pass. The last convention I went to, Supernova, I actually met the event manager. He actually came up to me and said, I watch your videos. We had a quick chat and he gave me his card and said, email me before next year's event and maybe we can talk about something, maybe get you on a panel. I'm like, on a panel? I was like, they had like famous artists on their panels. Like, you know, they'll be on a table and people watch them draw or explain stuff. Imagine me sitting at a panel. I'd be sitting at the table like, so any questions? Have you ever paid to get an autograph photo sketch? Yes, I got Kevin Eastman recently. Also paid for an autograph from Christopher Lambert, the first con I ever went to, which was Comic-Con. I paid for Christopher Lambert's signature. He signed my Fortress DVD. Have you ever bought multiple copies of a book? Yes, I have plenty. Have you ever bought multiple covers of a cover? Oh yes, I have. I sometimes buy all covers, so there's some like Deceased, 3 different covers. I buy them all, because I'm crazy. Have you ever complained you need to downsize your collection or need space? So I'm gonna say no to that. Not yet, but I totally understand where comic collectors come from. I know quite a few friends who collect comics and, you know, a lot of them have always said, yeah, you eventually run out of space, so you kind of gotta either give it up or start buying trades or something. Something's gotta give. Talking about you, Jake, give me them books. Have you ever sent a book in for grading? No, not yet. But that is the plan. I don't own any slabs. Everyone always says, especially here in Australia, it's much better value for money to buy a book already slabbed than getting it sent off to get slabbed, especially here because we've got to send it overseas to America. They say that the postage and everything just works out, it's not worth it. To me, I'm down to do that eventually, but the first books that I have slabbed, I want them to be books that I owned and I want them to mean something to me. Yeah, that's my stance on that, and I do plan on eventually looking into that. I'll probably make a video about the whole process of getting books graded from Australia as well. So that's a no for that. Have you ever sent a book in for cleaning or pressing? No, because I look after my women. Have you ever bought a Chase or Store convention exclusive? Comic? Yeah, no, I would have. Yeah, I'm sure there's some in my collection as well as pops and stuff like that. Have you ever traded comics? I don't believe I've ever traded a comic as of yet. Sometimes my mates will ask me to buy a book because they couldn't get it from their shop. I'll pick it up from them, and I normally don't ask them for money. Sometimes they'll just give you money, but I don't really want it. And then sometimes sometimes they'll pick me up a book and they'll be like, no, just take it, because, you know. So I wouldn't call that a trade. Have you ever stood in line, waited to get tickets to go to a comic related movie premiere? Surely. I have watched a lot of movies on their first day. Birds of Prey on the first day, Joker, first session on the first day. I'll say yes, but as far as lining up, but I mean, being there for the first session, I mean, that's pretty dedicated, so I'm gonna say yes for that. What happened? Something just happened. Have you ever gotten into a fight physically or physical altercation over comics? No, never did. I'd smash you, nerd. I'm joking, jokes. Except for you, Jake, you check me out. Have you ever trolled online, got into a post-war over comics? No, because I don't like trolling. People are different. Just because you like something doesn't mean I will like it, and just because I like something doesn't mean you like it. Everyone has the right to their opinion, so no. Have you ever dressed up as an adult as a comic character? You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon. That's a yes. Have you ever lied about collecting comics? No. Have you ever flipped spec'd on a book? I don't know what that means. Have I ever flipped or spec'd on a book? I've never flipped a book. Have you ever spec'd on a book?
Have you ever flipped or spec'd on a book? Actually, I have not. I have never actually bought a book based on speculation or with the intention of flipping.
So have I bought a book based on speculation? I would never buy a book based on speculation if I had no interest in the character. Like, for example, if there's going to be something that's a big deal in, say, X-Men or something like that. Oh, this X-Men comic coming out, it's going to be a huge deal. It's going to be worth heaps. I will not pick it up because I'm not into X-Men. Like, you know, I bought, for example, Aquaman 57 with Pregnant Mera on the cover because it was the birth of the Aqua baby, but I have an interest in Mera, the character, but I would never buy a book to flip. So I'm gonna say no to that one. And thank you, Asian Funk, for clearing that up for me. Have you ever bought a figure statue of a comic character? Let me show you just a fine one right here. As I was just talking about this character, how beautiful is this Mera? Huh? Look at that leg. That leg. Leg. Oh my goodness. She's the queen of my ocean. Have you ever cried, been angry over reading a comic? I've definitely never cried. I've had people tell me they have. I'm like, what? Alright, last question. Do you have a comic? Hang on a sec. What did Asian Funk get?
The final results are 13 out of 25.
13 out of 25. Currently, I am sitting on 13 out of 24. Asian Funk, who is a serious comic book collector, I mean, that guy, I'd love to see his collection. He posts amazing covers, some covers I've never seen before, some of the best covers I've ever seen as well. He posts them on his Instagram, so check out his Instagram, I'll leave a link to it here, and obviously check out his channel. Do you have a comic related tattoo? Well, I've only been into comics for less than 2 years, but I just happen to have a comic book tattoo. So I've had this for a while. This is one of my first tattoos. It was a tattoo I've wanted since I was a kid. And I have a Superman logo on the top of my arm. It's got my date of birth at the top. It's got my parents' date of births, which have turned into blobs on each side. I didn't want the traditional Superman S. I wanted like a modified version of the S because I wanted a Superman logo because of the S for Simon. And I remember when I showed Mark at Big City Comics this, he was like, dude, that's the, what is it, like, the Kingdom Come Superman logo or something. He's like, that's way more hardcore than the normal Superman logo. I was like, oh, damn it. But yes, I have a comic book tattoo for the win, Asian Funk. What do you think of that, huh? I am nowhere near as big a comic nerd as you, but I do love comic books now. It's really taken over my life, and obviously my channel is such a big part of my life. So that was kind of fun. Thank you, Asian Funk, for tagging me in this, but please do not do that again. I do not have time to do all these videos. I've got 4 projects going on right now. I was up to 3 in the morning editing the next episode of The Noob last night, and I'm editing all day today so far. Yeah, so keep an eye out for the next episode of the New 50 Noob. It's gonna be a real fun one. Anyway, that is the Are You a Comic Nerd Challenge. I got 14 out of 25. I ain't tagging no one, but feel free to do the test yourself. I will leave a link to Asian Funk's channel here. Seriously, check his channel out if you don't. Really fun videos. He's got great editing skills and just an all-round cool dude. I'll also leave a link to maybe Matilda Gothica's challenge video that she did for this same challenge. And yeah, I'm out. I've got to edit this and get it out. Keep it simple.